So what is a tick? A game tick is just a measurement of time. It's 0.6 seconds, or in other words, 100 beats per minute, just like this metronome that you're currently listening to. That's it. Those right there are ticks. It's just a little bit shorter than a second, but all it is a unit of time. So you got an hour, you got a minute, you got a second, and then you've got a tick in old school RuneScape. Why is this relevant? You can play hundreds, if not thousands of hours of RuneScape and potentially just have no idea what a tick is. So it may not seem very important, but the more you play the game with flow of ticks in mind, the easier new content and more difficult content is going to be to learn. I think it's best to just show some examples of where ticks could be relevant. Let's start with a skilling example with fishing. Usually when your character is fishing, they have a chance to catch a fish every 5 ticks. If you take a look at my prayer bar real quick, you'll see that there's just a line going over it once every tick. This is just a visual for that timing. If you want to have this, this is on the RuneLight plugin, just the prayer plugin. I have my prayer flick location set to prayer orb, and then I have this never hide prayer flick helper checked in. So if we just count out how many ticks in between XP drops real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. There is a way to cancel out some of that 5-tick delay by just taking a different action in between catches, like trying to make some herb tar with a pestle and mortar. This is known as 3-tick fishing. I'm currently clicking once every tick to help keep up with that rhythm, and you'll notice that I'm currently catching a fish every 3 game ticks instead of every 5. 1, 2, catch. 1, 2, catch. Click, 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 click. 3-tick fishing is pretty sweaty, and it's really not required to make any gains, but it's a pretty easy example of game ticks and how they can be relevant. When fighting a monster in the game, they're always attacking at a set pace. Like here we have a moss giant who's pretty slow, so he's swinging at me every 6 game ticks. During those 5 ticks that he's not attacking, there's no point in me praying protect melee. That's just wasting prayer points. When you click on your overhead prayer, it's going to toggle that prayer the tick after you clicked on it. So that means that I have to click on the prayer right before the giant hits me, so that the next tick the prayer is on, and then during that tick while it's on, I can click on it again to turn the prayer off. So we're going to click on tick 1 and tick 2, and then we just wait for 4 ticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, click, click, 3, 4, 5, 6, click, click, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we add another giant in here, then we're currently being attacked like 2 ticks apart at the moment. So I can click my prayer on for a tick, off for a tick, on for another, off for another, and then wait 2 more. Click, 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 wait, wait, click, 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 wait, wait. And you see that I just have my prayer on for the tick that I'm being attacked. Now with moss giants, you don't really need to flick your prayers to be able to fight them, but they are an easy example to get started. For a boss like the Phantom Muspa, this can be significant. During the Muspa's prayer shield phase, you want to be praying the smite overhead prayer while you're attacking, giving yourself some more DPS on that prayer shield, but then you need to switch over to protect range for when it's attacking you. When the Muspa uses a range attack, you have to be protecting from range already when it uses the range attack. Just like with those moss giants, we had to have the prayer on as it used the attack, not like after we saw it already use it. So you need to click on your protect range the tick before Muspa uses a range attack to protect from it. That makes the general flow of this phase camping smite, and then clicking over to protect range once every 5 ticks, and then back to smite. Just like we were doing with the moss giant, just a little bit faster. The tough part here is when you add in the magic attack. This is an attack that you can react to. You don't have to protect from the magic attack before the monster uses it, unlike that range attack. You just have to click on protect from magic before this projectile hits you. It gives you a couple of ticks to react. I want to show another example of how ticks work, but this time with character movement. If I turn on my true tile marker and then I begin walking, you can see that my character is moving at a pace of 1 square per tick. But if I turn my run energy on, we actually move 2 squares per tick. So it's common to keep your run energy off during the Vorkath fight, since you need to dodge those acid tiles, and if your character is moving 2 squares at a time, it's really not as easy to do. It's a bit hectic. This also means you have to react to the firebomb attack a little bit earlier. If you click just 1 tick before that firebomb hits you and you're walking, you're only going to move 1 square, so you'll still take a little damage. But if you were running, you'd move 2 squares in just that 1 tick, giving you a little more leeway. You can also hold the control key to click to do the opposite of whatever your run is currently set to. That's a little bit different. We're just talking about ticks here. The blowpipe is not as strong at Vorkath as it used to be, but it does give a great visual for ticks, so I'm going to be using it to Wook's walk. The blowpipe attacks at a 2-tick pace, so I'm clicking once per tick, alternating between the ground behind me and clicking on the boss. If you focus on the blue tile that's showing where my my character is actually standing, that true tile, you can see the bit of animation delay that's building up. In other words, our character looks like he's lagging behind it. That's just the animation of our character moving. That's not our actual character lagging behind. Everything in old school RuneScape is running off of game ticks. The more you play the game, the more you're going to see that it's kind of like a rhythm game in disguise, just stuck at 100 beats per minute. Using in-game visuals like the cannon here moving once per tick, or maybe in-game sounds when you're flicking your prayers or something like that, or even some music that's 100 beats per minute can help you get into this rhythm as well. For a lot of content in the game, you don't need to be tick perfect or have much of an idea of what a tick even is, but the more you understand the rhythm of the game, the better you're going to get at higher level things and just generally grinding stuff faster whenever you want to. If you have any questions about ticks, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you've enjoyed the video or you just got some useful information out of it, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, everybody, and best of luck on your grinds.